Hello, this is Jing. Grandma and I will be doing the presentation on behalf of our group. The entrepreneur we interviewed was Robert Zanca. His company is Novo LLC. They're in the business of real estate investment and house flipping. He started his business about a year ago. Some background about Robert. He started as a manager in a garment company for 2 years. Then he started his own small business, wholesaling and retailing women apparel. After that, he worked in financial industry for 27 years. He started in the back of office, then worked in the trading desk as a corporate dealer, spot dealer, and forward dealer for a hedge fund. The original idea of Novo came out of necessity. He wanted to have another source of income. The opportunity he saw was to use his experience of finance and trading in real estate. To start with his business, he decided to be partner with his colleague from previous job. For the partnership, they are focusing on house flipping for now. Grandma will talk about the longer-term strategy later. The mission for Novo is to start something to be sustainable for Robert and his partners, where they could leave their present jobs, and pursue flipping houses and real estate investing full time. And Grandma now will talk about the company's future strategy and operating model.
Hi, my name is Garima. So when looking at the opportunities that Robert saw in the market, the first is that real estate investing has a lot of parallels to trading and managing stock portfolios. Real estate is essentially just a different commodity with its own set of risks, volatilities, and market influencers, but the principles and processes of systematic trading can be applied to this industry pretty easily. It's mainly about risk and money management through use of quantitative models built on factors and assumptions of costs, rates of returns, average renovation values, and selling comps. The other opportunity was actual trends in the real estate industry here on Long Island. Firstly, the fundamentals such as transaction values and home prices are actually back to historical highs, and there's a growing need for local property developers. Secondly, there's a shift in the idea of home ownership and infrastructure development. A lot of people are wary of larger companies now, so this industry actually favors small to mid-sized developers because they have more knowledge about the local market and are seen as more nimble and trustworthy by clients. As Jing mentioned earlier, Ex Novo is organized as a limited liability company with 4 managing partners who all have equal ownership in this venture. Robert and another partner jointly identified the investment opportunities, manage contractors, and oversee daily work at the site, while the other 2 partners primarily serve as silent investors to procure capital for new projects. Since the company is relatively new, we can't necessarily evaluate their success or failure just yet, but in talking about the process of starting the company, some of the key steps were to conduct market research, define the strategy, and develop a model for evaluating investment opportunities. The company is actually working on their first project right now, and things seem to be running smoothly, which shows how important the prep work and having a definitive plan is for moving towards success in any new entrepreneurial venture. In looking at the company's strategy, they've built their model to target earnings about 17% profit on each project that they take on. Over the next couple of years, the focus will be on buying and flipping about 3 to 4 properties a year to strengthen their capital base, after which the focus will shift to buying and owning a small portfolio of properties to generate consistent monthly revenue stream of rental income. In the long run, the company's goal is to build a diverse portfolio of about 10 to 20 properties like single-family houses, condos, commercial properties, and so forth. As I mentioned earlier, the company is just starting up, so we can't really evaluate the success or failure, but to summarize some of the key factors that point towards this company's success in the near future, one is that the partners have really done their due diligence in setting up the business with a definitive strategy, go-forward plan, and dividing roles and responsibilities among partners. They made it a point to really understand all of the funding agreements and contracts with investing partners, contractors, realtors, material suppliers, basically everyone involved in a project. People and relationship management, building trust, these things are crucial for success in this industry and business. Another factor for success is actually knowing the risks and challenges that exist. In this venture specifically, there's market risks that you need to be aware of. Historically, the housing market has always been unpredictable and volatile, so that's always a factor that needs to be considered, especially recently with changing demographics of homeownership and style preferences. Movement in interest rates is another factor because that directly impacts both the supply and demand of projects as well as the availability of investors and funds. Operationally, it is a challenge to select the right property and secure funding, especially earlier on. A project that goes over budget or sells for less than expected, that could really sink the ship. That's why due diligence in planning and choosing projects is so important. Another challenge is working and collaborating with 4 partners because it takes time to debate and come to a conclusion. But in real estate, good opportunities can come and go really quickly, so it's essential that all the partners put the company first over their individual priorities. And just to sum it up, our team really enjoyed this assignment. We learned a lot from the interview and what it takes to start a new venture. Some of our key learnings are that it's crucial to define responsibilities among partners and ensure that everyone is working and acting for the company's benefit. Funding and money matters are also really important, and it's necessary to have self-confidence and resilience to keep going, even when failure strikes. And definitely learn from your mistakes so you don't fall twice for the same reason. We'd like to thank Robert Zanca for his time and for providing such great information, and thank you for listening.